Mhm. It was crazy today, folks. I got a very eventful day I want to tell you about, and it goes a little like this. Got off work this morning. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I got off this. Oh, second thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I got off work this morning, and it was crazy. Normally, when you get off work, you're a little tired, but I wasn't really tired, so I left work, and all I had was, last night was at work was like a cold sandwich. But when I got off work, I gotta tell you, folks, some of these gardeners are either listening to my advice or they're finding their way on their own, and that's a good thing too. But uh, the person, I go into Lowe's, and when I get to Lowe's, I said, pick up your black cow today. And I felt like, wait a minute, I just got off work. I'm tired. And I said, well, just go for the drive up to Lowe's and see what's going on. Got up there. They had a pallet full of black cow. So I start stacking these bags, and I realized these are not 40-pound bags. It can't be. It's too light to be 40-pound bags. It said I think 1.5 cubic feet or something like that. And so I get the black cow, and I remember there was this guy that was shopping there, and he grabbed the cart. He was in a hurry. He seemed kind of panicky. Um, but he went to a section, came back. And this is the first time I've ever seen this happen um, in my whole deal with gardening. He went to the back. He came back with a cart. Now, when I say the cart was filled with uh, to the brim, it was a regular full size cart. Keep that in mind. It wasn't a small cart. The cart was filled all the way up where you couldn't get anything else on the cart, filled with bulbs, all different kind of bulbs in great condition and everything. And these bulbs are 3-pound bags. Well, there could have been more. Some could have been 3 and 4 pound bags. At any rate, they were priced when they went into the store at $14.95 per bag. This person got, I want to say, because they kept going back and forth over at the cash register. They wasn't sure what one of the units' prices was, but they were $14.95 per bag. He got them for, check this out, $1 per bag, and he had red, white, yellow, all different kind of colors, pink, blue, whatever you wanted. And he had all these tulips. And I looked at the bag. I said, look at the tulips. I said, they're in great condition. Now, people know what tulips do when you put them in. They multiply. So he's getting the tulips to decorate the front entrance of his business. Guess what the business is? To his office, he wants tulips. I found out, because at first he was apprehensive, and he found out that I do a morning gardener show, and he said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And we talked for a period of time. He was a farmer here in Maryland. He said he has one of the largest production of farms that produces kale and collard greens here in Maryland. Now, we talked for a bit. I gave him my number. He gave me his number. And he said, listen, we got to talk. He said, I want to find out some things you know about urea. And I said, sure, no problem at all. I mean, I said, I know some things about urea. And we talked, and that was the end of that conversation. I got in the car. I loaded up 10 bags of cow manure and drove off, and then had to turn around and come right back because I had to go to Home Depot to get some wood pellets for my wood pellet stove, and got there and found out that they now are $5.38 a bag. I wasn't going to pay that for a bag of pellets. So I drove back to Lowe's, and they marked theirs up as well by 1 cent this year. So they were $5.19. I'd like to know why are the pellets going up so high, and they doing it quickly each year. It seems like they just keep creeping up. So I just wanted to let you know that it was crazy. But think about the deal he got because he went in there early and bought these tulips. $1 a bag. Oh my God. I even said to him, I said, sir, you got one heck of a buy. Hello, how you doing? You said I'm hard to follow. What do you mean as far as the times that I come on? Or am I talking all fast like sometimes I do? People sometimes don't get exactly what it is I'm saying. Or I'm jumping from subject to subject. I get that sometimes as well. Is it because the time that I come on? Is that what you mean when you say I'm hard to follow? I'm just curious, because I fix it if I could find out, what time most of people need me, what would like me to come on. I would try to set a time. I talked about that at the beginning of doing this. Okay, yes, okay, yeah. I was talking about that with some of the visitors that come into this camera here that I'm looking through. And I wanted to find out, if they say, well, evening is better for me, and I find out a large majority would say, between 8 and 12 weekdays. Yeah, I like that, 8 and 12, you know, um, or earlier, we could work something out because I like to come on when everyone knows, oh, okay, he's coming on at this time. So I can either, probably catch him at this time. Um, we I love it when I see a person get a buy like that. I looked at the bag, beautiful condition, $14.95 per bag. He got them for $1 each. He quickly loaded up his cart. He said nothing to no one in the store. Oh, thank you, thank you. This is the first time I heard someone say that. Yeah, I just enjoyed so much the gardening. I just enjoyed so much. I mean, this is incredible. And today I got an early start. I got my cow manure. It's put out into the yard underneath my surveillance camera. And I kept thinking no one's gonna bother cow manure. And I said, you never know these days. But they're out there along with the other 3 bags I have from last year. 13 bags of cow manure, and I'm considering getting some more because I'm gonna look around for some coupons and that sort of thing and see can I get some more on. And I should have asked the gentleman in the store. I wasn't thinking at the time of what I could save. Um, the bags were faded. Just the color on the bags were faded. I should have asked for a discount on those bags because I'm using them for the purpose as well as is featuring them in some of my videos, and I don't like having faded bags. So, you know, but tired and everything. And then after I left there, I went to Subway and got my favorite. I always seem to get meatball sub. Always get the meatball sub. Um, Black olives and banana peppers, provolone cheese. A real winner there. But the cow manure is going to be a hole is going to be dug, and once you start going into the subsoil, especially if you have clay soil is high in minerals and that sort of thing. Clay soil is high in that. So all you want to do is take the soil, dig it out with a shovel. Um, and in fact, me and the farmer talked about that. I told him I no longer till anymore. I said I stopped like about I think about I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I stopped tilling. I don't till anymore because it tears your soil to pieces. It makes it unproductive. So I don't like that. I don't do it. Um, but here's what's going on. I dig a hole. The clay soil is in that hole. I take it out or I leave it in there and I just mix it 50-50 with the cow manure. 50-50 mix. Now, if you have the extra cow manure, just do it 60% cow manure and 40% your native soil. And once you do that, you will see your plants act crazy. Your plants will act crazy. Um, it is somewhat hard to find. It is. If you have a Lowe's in your location, you can actually call Lowe's and get the manager to order you some and have it delivered to that store. Yes, sir. You can do that. I mean, yes, ma'am, or sir. You can do that. You can definitely do that. You could call that store. You could actually do that. Yes, and say, look, I'd like to get some black calendar because they deal with Lowe's. Uh, 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 I know that they primarily deal with Lowe's, so you could actually call and ask for that. If they want to keep you happy at their store, they'll say, "How many bags you need?" They get them in there. And once they get them there, because Lowe's already deals with them. Because I've never seen them here in Maryland at the Home Depots. I've never seen them there. The only thing I've seen them is at Lowe's, and so I will deal with them. Mm-hmm. I think what you when you use a product like Black Cow, all you're doing is doing something that's been done in nature for eons. Cows walk around, they eat, and they excrete their waste as they walk. They excrete their waste when they walk. And then you have animals, excuse me, insects that called dung beetles in certain areas that roll this stuff up. They treat it like black gold, and they put it in their holes in the ground, and they're actually fertilizing the ground. All of this is part of nature. But when he drops that cow pie in the uh, on the ground, he's walking around that ground fertilizing it. Is what he's doing. It goes into his stomachs, plural, and he mixes it with his contents of his stomach, and it comes out a product that's more suited for growing vegetables. And that's how that works. A cow is a machine that can be used to produce produce and fruit. And so the thing about it is cow manure is something I like using. I like using it. If I had rabbits, I would use that as well. If I had chickens, I would use them as well because all of it is a natural fertilizer. Um, Cow is not as hot as we know as chicken is. Chicken is very hot to use. So with that, you can just put chicken manure to the side and allow it to cool down. Hi, see we got the bull in here. How you doing? How you doing, sir? I'm doing my regular evening show. Um, I've been up at. I was telling everyone I've been up to loads a day. Got a bunch of cow manure. I'm already set. Everything is set for the spring and summer garden. Everything's set. I don't like going into a store and getting caught in a rush and people knocking each other down or to see the new prices for 2019. I don't like seeing that. I like to see the prices that's already there. Plus the cow manure that I have, I'll be more aged to use this year because it's sitting on the shelf for months. It's sitting there. So I got 10 bags. I'm going back to get um, probably another five more bags. So, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've been here about 18 bags. I'm not going to use them all, but I want to know that they're there if I go have to do any other projects. These projects could be anything. anything from, I did plant some more blackberries, and I was telling the bull that he should plant some blackberries because he has rabbits. And when rabbits don't feel good, that's what you need to feed them. You can get one plant for about, if you price it right at Lowe's and Home Depot when they get them there, and you put it off somewhere to the side to itself, and when it grows, every pop off the leaves and give it to the rabbit, and that'll help soothe their stomach. If you ever get a rabbit that's got runs or diarrhea, you can give them the leaves from a blackberry plant, and that'll get their stomach all together. Also, you can use those same leaves yourself to make a tea out of it. If your stomach is acting crazy, you can make a tea out of it. Blackberry leaves, Check with your doctor first. I don't want nobody suing me because they say, "Hey, you got me sick." So blackberries, what I did is I put in it this week. How many plants I put in? One, two, three, probably about 4 plants in addition to the ones I already had there. Now, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put in more blackberry plants. Now, for a family of 4, you would want at least about 25 blackberry plants. But you do not have to go out and buy 25 blackberry plants. All you have to do is put in one plant and let that one plant grow. And once that plant starts to grow, you take cuttings off of it, or you allow it to tip root itself, which that's what happens when it really goes and touch the ground. It creates a root, and you got another blackberry plant. That's a slower way of doing it, but it's very effective as well. Or you could just cut off pieces that are about 10 inches long, stick them in the soil, and grow you root it out, and you have, before you know it, 20 or 30 or 40 blackberry plants. They grow very fast, and you got to actually watch them in certain areas because you don't want them to take over that area. Well, I'm just saying, it's just great. It's just great. But we're going to, some of you are going to be taking a vote on which days that I should come on. Is it 5 to 8 between those hours? Is it 8 to 12? Just leave your opinion down there because I'm going to look at the majority of what people think I should be coming on. And then I'm going to try my best. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to try my best to set a time. So that way, most of the people that get off work or most of the people that are already home, they'll know what time usually to expect me on. And I will try to keep that commitment to those hours. But I got everything I need for my garden. I'm hoping that each and every one of you get out there and do the same thing. They still have stores out there with bargains in them that for your garden that you can get now and without waiting. Because if you wait, when they bring that truck up in there and they put all this new stuff in those stores, you're gonna pay the new stuff price. And so what I did is I went into the stores during the winter months. I got all of my fertilizer, and now they still have a half a pallet there of black cow. The only thing I regret I didn't do today was go and try to negotiate the price on those bags because they were faded. The color of the bag was faded. And I could have went in there and told them, look, I use these for videos. I'm using these on my site. I need bags that look perfect. You don't have them. Could you give me a deal on these bags? And he could say yes or no. But the long and the short is this. Get ready, plan out everything for your garden, plan it. So that way you're not rushing around, spending money, unorganized, and what seeds you're going to put in and why you're planting this, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. All you want to do is be able to go and say, I'm going to do this, and this. And this is what I'm going to pay for it. And and also introduce something new into your garden this year to make it more interesting. Something that you always wanted to grow, something that you like, and just put it in there and start growing it. That's how you want to do it, folks. That's how you want to do it. This is the Morning Garden. This has been the Morning Garden. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the flip side.